When centuries-old vampire Baron Rudolfo Zaginski was staked in Wales in 1915, the last thing he expected was to reawaken in Memphis, Tennessee, 60 years later. Reborn into a new world of simmering racial tensions, the cunning Nosferatu realizes he must adapt quickly if he is to survive. Finding willing victims is easy, as Zaginski possesses all the powers of the undead, including the ability to sexually enslave anyone he chooses. Hoping to learn how his kind copes with this bizarre new era, Zaginski tracks down a nest of teenage vampires. But these young vampires have little knowledge of their true nature, having learned most of what they know from movies like Blackula. Forming an uneasy alliance with the young vampires, Zaginski begins to teach them the truth about their powers. They must learn quickly, for there's a new drug on the street. A drug created to specifically target and destroy vampires. As Zaginski and his allies track down the drug to its source, they may be unwittingly stepping into a 50-year-old trap that can destroy them all. Alex Bledsoe's Blood Groove. Let me just say, I love my vampires, but I am incredibly discriminate when it comes to reading materials and movies and whatnot. This book automatically resumed my faith in the genre. I am not kidding. I don't know what it truly is about this novel that really strikes me right in the heart. Well, other than the fact that it is quite masterfully written. Like, it's very easy to read, it's incredibly descriptive, it's very cohesive and concise, but the love I have for this book goes deeper than that. It does something original. It's incredibly meta because it involves popular culture that actually exists, and to have these supernatural beings basing who and what they are on media that we as humans put out, that is incredibly novel. I don't think I've ever seen anything truly like this. Now, I may not have seen every single minute piece of vampire stuff, but I can't think of the last time that I was truly wowed by a vampire book in particular. To me, Dracula is the penultimate of the genre because of how much it is able to accomplish and the way it's written and just the way the prose engulfs you. But although Blood Groove is far more straightforward in its approach, it's no less powerful. And you know what? I have to thank Alex Bledsoe for, going in a direction that's so rarely explored. This may sound like mindless gushing, but think about it. When was the last time you saw a really good movie or read an excellent book that manages to transpose current contemporary culture with the supernatural in a vampire story? You can't really think of one, can you? It's books such as these that aren't afraid to take that step. And you know what? This book is enormously transgressive, even for this day and age. There are times of which I was reading this and I was so struck by how cruel and malevolent it could be. Considering this book takes place during the 1970s, during which racial tensions were incredibly high, especially in the USA, to set a speculative fiction against a very real time in human history, that just adds more dimension and flavour to this book. I don't think I could ever say and express my love for books that take a real topic and sort of put a spin on it, but not be insulting to it. There is no downplaying of what was happening during the time era in this book. Nothing is sort of, put on the download. Like, every single incident in this book, every single affair and occurrence that happened during the 1970s, Bledsoe actually takes note of this. and he isn't afraid to push the envelope. I love it. While I was reading it, I just could not get over the insane originality. Like, I'm not exactly a writer myself, but I tend to write a couple of things on the side. So to read all these brand new ideas in this book, ideas I'd never even considered myself, I just think, why the fuck do I not think about this? I'm sorry, pardon my French. But, you know, like, when you read something and it suddenly occurs to you that, you know, oh my god, why did I not think of this myself? You know. I don't have any real complaints about this book. And I mean that. I may be biased because I tend to favour vampire fiction, but I also tend to approach every single supernatural novel with an open mind. And that is the best way to approach this book. You've got to open your brain to the possibilities of the universe presented here. The characters are especially fascinating because you have the teenage vampires, which their lives are advocated by the media, and you know what? That's saying, you know, quite a lot of volumes about how we as a society work today. We base our lives on what the media tell us. Like, we form our opinions and our expectations on these voices coming from the television, coming from the magazines, coming from every single thing. It's so yeah, I would safely say that Bloodgroove, written by Alex Bledsoe, is a revelation for its genre. Is it the best? I can't answer that. As long as human beings are still writing and still using their imaginations so beautifully, there is just a whole realm of possibilities. And Bloodgroove is a huge, beautiful step in the right direction. So thank you, Alex Bledsoe. You gave me something to think about it, and you gave me something more to look forward to. I hope you you write more of Baron Saginski's adventures, because I really want to read them. And yeah, I really do love this book, and if you can pick this up and if you open it, I can guarantee you most likely will not put this one down. Okay guys, that was my book review, and I hope you read this. I don't think it really matters if you truly are a vampire fan, because I think this book can speak to all sorts of mediums. Just go in with an open mind. See you later guys, and you take care of yourselves and each other.